a black cat meets a white cat, and they have some kittens, you might think the kittens would all be gray. But more than likely, some will be black, some white, and some will be, in between, gray. Have you ever wondered how people get to be different shades of color? This is Steffi Treadway and her brother Brad. Their parents are Frank and Dildar Treadway. Dildar is from India, and Frank was born in the United States. If you look at Steffi's hand next to Brad's, you see that Steffi's is somewhat lighter. That's because children with the same parents can be different shades of color. Let's look at another family. Josh has straight hair, like his mother. Seth has curly hair, just like his father. Yet it's Josh who has his father's brown eyes, and Seth has blue eyes, just like his mother. When two people have children, the children don't look exactly like either their mother or their father, but they share some qualities from each. What happens is not a mixing of qualities. Each child is a new creation, with some parts that look like each parent, but each comes out looking like a totally new and original person. Josh and Seth. Shades of skin color, color of eyes, color and kind of hair. These and many other qualities we get from our parents, but we are never exactly the same as our parents. Steffi and Brad, Josh and Seth, you and I, we're each an original, inside and out.
It's time to tell a story. It's storytelling time.
Big dog, and that's the little dog. There's a song about him my mother used to sing to me when I was about your age, and she learned it from her mother. I'll sing you a song about them in Japanese. Okina wan wan, chicha no wan wan, wan 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 to nakeba. Okina wan wan, chicha no wan wan, wan 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 to naku. Itsumo 仲良しお友達 Wong, wong. You be the big dog and you be the little dog, all right? And when I go wong wong, you bark in Japanese. Here we go. Big little wong wong, smile little wong wong. Wong 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 wong. Big little wong wong, small little wong wong. Wong 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 wong. Always such chums, always great pals. Oh, wow, wow, always friends. Woo, woo. Hey, I tell you what, come on, doggies, let's go for a walk. Come on. Yeah, this way. Yeah. I grew up in this country. Let's stand over here. So, I used to sing Rain, Rain, Go Away, but when my grandmother was a little girl in Japan, she used to make these little dolls and hang them up on the eaves of her house, and she'd sing, Teru, Teru, Bozu, Teru, Bozu, Teru, Teru, Bozu, Teru, Bozu. Make tomorrow a bright, sunny day, like the day I dreamed of so long, long ago. If you make it sunny, I'll give you a silver bell. Teru teru bozu, teru bozu, teru teru bozu, teru bozu. 明日天気にしておくれ。いつかの夢の空のように。晴れたら銀の鈴あげよう。Hey kids, I don't think it's working. Look, it's raining. 晴れたら銀の鈴あげよう。
And now we join the Big Game Hunt, the show which asks the question, can a nice girl like Cricket Wicket find new games to play every day with the help of a small stuffed doll named Ringo Livio? Or will their quest be foiled by the devious deviltry of Long John Spoilsport, bounder, blighter, and part-time blackguard? Tell me, Long John, do you enjoy your work?
Frankly, I hate it. This job isn't as easy as it looks, you know. I get blisters from twirling my mustache all day, and those nya-ha-has make me feel like there's a Boy Scout in my throat trying to start a fire by rubbing my tonsils together.
I've brought you to sunny, exotic Hawaii. By this time, you're probably wondering why. Well, since we are always out looking for moa, games to play, let's try this one they play here called Noah. The kids here play marbles and hopscotch and skate, but Noah is native to only this state. Now, this is the Noah.
Well, so far, so good.
It's a small piece of stone. It can also be wood. We split into two teams, one team on each side. The first team picks one of its members to hide the Noah beneath one of these piles of tapa.
Hold on just a minute. I want you to stop a sec. Tell me, what's tapa?
It's cloth made of bark. There are 5 kinds of tapa. I'll name them, so hark. First we have Kihipukeya, and next we have Pilimo. Then we have Cow, Pihiluka, and Kilimo. The Noah is stashed under one of these things, and the person who hides it, as he does so, sings.
Aila, Aila. There it is. E-K cow, I-K pile, I-K mo. Under the cow or the pile or the mo? Aila, I-cow, I-Ka Noah, a cow, iku. There, our Noah is stashed. Yes, it's stashed.
Now the other team guesses which tapa it's under. The first team with 10 correct guesses has won.
Me first. I want the first guess.
Well, look what crawled out from under the tapa. Long John Spoilsport himself.
I think we better let him guess, or else he'll make this game a mess.
Oh, well, okay. Take a guess, Long John.
One Noah coming up.
Wrong Noah.
It's enough to make me cry for 40 days and 40 nights.
Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today? Why don't you make a new friend, make a new friend, make a new friend today?
We live in Hawaii. Aloha, my name is Rana, and I have a twin sister named Julie. Rana and I are 7 years old. You can tell us apart because her hair is shorter. I live with my sister Julie, my little sister Trina, and my mother. Rana because she draws really well. I like Julie because we play together. backyard for the fishes, and I feed them every day. When we go to the zoo, we pick up dates from the ground and feed the goats. Then we all have a snack of slush. Slush is a kind of ice cream. Then after the zoo, we all walk over to the beach. We stay until the end of the day, and then we go home. Aloha!
Whoa, did you know that long ago and once upon a time?
Mr. Henson, my mother said you went to the North Pole.
Well, son, that was a long time ago.
So how did you find it?
Well, we used a sextant.
What is a sextant?
Come, I'll show you.
What does the North Pole look like?
Well, actually, it's not a pole at all. It's a spot on the map.
Is this all you need to find the North Pole?
Oh, no, you need the sextant, a ship, lots of food, men planning, lots of sleds, because there's nothing there but snow and ice. It took us 18 years and several tries before we reached the North Pole.
Wow, 18 years, that's a long time.
18 years or 100 years. We were determined to be the first men to walk on top of the world. Commander Robert E. Peary was leader and organizer of the expedition. I worked with the Eskimos and was responsible for everybody's safety. At times, I thought we wouldn't make it. There were days when it was 60 degrees below zero, and we had to worry about freezing. As we traveled towards the North Pole, we had to build camps and store food for our return trip. We had to be very careful traveling on the ice. It could break at any moment, and we'd be swallowed up by freezing cold water. As we neared the North Pole, there were only 6 men left. If it had not been for our Eskimo friends, Perry and I might not have made it.
Wow, you must be famous.
Oh, not exactly. However, you may read more about what we did in this book I wrote. The greatest day of my life was April 6, 1909. That was the first time anyone had ever stood on the North Pole. We built a mound and planted a flag on it. And we got out of there as fast as we could. Perry couldn't walk anymore, so I pushed him about 400 miles by sled. Funny thing, we never saw each other again.
Did you know that words have stories? Listen to one now.
Hey, brothers and sisters, let's rap about words.
Have you ever said bustin' suds instead of wash the dishes?
You ever call a little kid a crumb crusher?
Ever hear jazz?
Have you ever called money bread?
Or apple, or cake, or grape?
If you have, you're using words and expressions originated by Black Americans. Do you dig?
I'm hip.
That too. Dig, hip, and hep are all Black American words meaning to understand.
You don't have to pull my coattail.
You mean I don't have to explain it to you?
All of these words and phrases are what we call slang. It's a special language of words that don't appear in the standard dictionary.
Why do we talk slang? Bend my ear, baby.
Sometimes because there is no word in standard English that says what you want to say as accurately or as colorfully as the word you invent yourself. For example, in slang, a black man who acts like a white man is called an Oreo.
Because an Oreo is a cookie that's black outside and white inside.
There's no dictionary word as descriptive as that. Sometimes we speak slang because that's the way our friends talk. To be a part of the group, share things with our friends, you've got to speak their language.
Otherwise, you're out to lunch.
Meaning you don't understand. Another reason slang is spoken is because it's a secret language. Only you and your friends know the meaning of the words. In England, the Cockneys speak a rhyming slang that only they understand. In Cockney, bread and honey equals money.
Bread and honey rhymes with money, a secret language.
Much of American slang started among the black people, and much of black slang came from black musicians. Part of a secret language only other musicians understood.
Until the code was broken and non-musicians picked it up.
Slang may not be proper, but it certainly enriched our vocabularies.
Groovy.
If I tell you to cool it,
I get all decked out in a new set of threads.
If you're an 8-ball,
or a fat cat, if you're feeling funky,
or all hung up, if you talk this way to describe who you are or how you feel,
what to do or how to do it,
you're speaking the slang of black Americans.
Crazy.
Right on.
Dig you later, brothers and sisters.
Real people, I'd like to introduce you to some real people. Real people.
My name is Martin. I have a pet snake, Nigel.
Mom, I'm gonna take the bike to the shop. Honey, I'm gonna be out of the house most of the day. And what about Larry's dog?
No problem. I'll sit Nigel's cage someplace up high.
Okay, remember to lock up.
Okay.
And don't forget your key.
Okay.
And be careful.
Okay. Pat once made trouble for me by pretending Nigel bit him. Here's Pat now. What am I gonna say?
Hi. I'll back up.
No, that's okay. I will.
Oh, thanks.
Well, did you get anything? Wow, man, that's neat. A light, flasher, horn, radio, all in one. I saved up all my money for it. I bet it was expensive. I think I'm gonna have to leave my bicycle here. You see the gears lock, and you see the pedal here. That's stuff. And the gear here, that isn't on right, and this is just frozen solid, won't move at all.
Yeah, guess you are gonna have to leave it. Are you gonna walk home?
Well, I thought I might go over to the bowling alley and bowl a little.
You like bowling? I'm crazy about bowling.
You got some time? Want to bowl?
Sure, let's do that.
Well, just wait here a minute. It's much shorter.
Yeah, but what about the brook?
We can walk the bike through. I do it all the time.
Okay. Hey, you dropped something. Your key.
Oh, boy. My mother would kill me if I lost this. She has this thing about locking the house. You'd think some burglar was just waiting to break in.
Didn't you know the world's just crawling with burglars?
when you don't know somebody very well. You kind of decide in advance that he's not going to like you.
Yeah, boy, that's happened to me. Even with somebody I do know. Like the time Nigel was stolen. And the first person I thought of was Larry. And I was all wrong.
Yeah, things really turn out different than you expect sometimes.
Been bitten by any boas lately?
I guess I really had that coming. I was sort of wondering if you were going to bring that up.
I was just teasing. I got over that thing.
No, really. I do feel bad about that stupid lie. I was sorry the minute it was out of my mouth. I just didn't know how to take it back.
In a way, it was a compliment. You wouldn't have done it if you didn't think Nigel was special, even if he is kind of an underdog in the pet world.
It's good to stick up for the underdog. It makes you feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet.
You should get a boa, a girl boa.
I bet you Nigel would like that.
And soon we'd have half a dozen little baby boas.
And both our mothers would kick us out of the house. Got it. Don't worry. Take it easy. I'm down. Lower it. Slowly. Stay over. Okay, good. Good. Oh! You okay?
I think so.
Stay right there. Let me get it's done.
I must have turned my ankle.
Oh. See it. Is it swollen? Oh. Gee, maybe it's broken.
Don't talk crazy. Basketball practice starts next week. Well, I can move it a little.
I'll tell you what. Pull onto the bicycle, and I'll pull the bicycle and you both.
Okay, thanks.
When we get to the road, you can ride the rest of the way on my bike. Good. We've almost made it.
Thanks for taking me home in style. Hey, since I cheated you out of the bowling, why don't you come in a little? You like Monopoly?
Better watch out on the chin. Listen, I promised my mother I'd get her the papers, so let me do that and I'll be right back.
And I'll beat you with 1 foot soaking in a foot bath.
Bye.
What on earth? Martin!
Panda? Martin, what on earth happened here?
Ma, I just got here.
Where are you living?
It's nothing, Ma.
Hey, what happened here? I just asked you that. Did you leave the window open?
Of course not. I had. You know, it must have been a burglar. I wonder why he left it all behind. Something must have scared him. Nigel, of course.
And what happened to that marvelous watchdog of Larry's?
Probably asleep somewhere. But Nigel's a hero. Say it, Mom.
Nigel's a hero.
Nigel, Nigel, what a pet. You're a boa, Mr. Burglar won't forget.
Greetings, friends. I'm glad to see you. Today I have a treat from Korea. It's Bulgo Kai, fired beef to you. Now, Woody's going to tell you what to do. Take 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and a dash of pepper. Then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 2 teaspoons of sugar. How grand! 1 green onion, thinly sliced. 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds. Isn't that nice? Have you got that? Good. Now take a bowl and mix them up, nice and slow. Take 1/2 pound of beef sirloin, slice real thin and cut across the grain. Put the meat in the mixture and let it stand there for 15 minutes. Now you know that sauce that you just made is a really delicious marinade. When you remove the beef, let someone who is older broil it until it's done. When the edges are crisp on one side, turn it over and cook it, but don't let it burn. Korean Americans all over the States love bulgogi kai. They think it's great. They say mat nun, which means yum yum. You'll say it too when the beef is done. Isn't it great that in the USA we can eat so many different kinds of foods each day? Korean bulgogi kai.
Mercy, what happened to you?
I was in a fight.
This kind of thing never happened until those new kids moved here. Who beat you up like that?
My sister.
The other fathers. I'm me, they're them. I'm staying here. I'm watching the ball game, so either go by yourself or shut up.
I'll go home, Shrimp. You're too small to play with us.
Yeah, go home to your mama. Come on, let's go play tennis.
Why can't everyone be the same?
Yes, it might solve some problems if everyone were the same. But it also might be kind of boring. There's no getting around the fact of our differences. We're born with skin color, eye, and hair color that don't change. Some people grow to be very tall. Some people will always be short. No two people in the world are ever exactly alike. Even identical twins have different fingerprints. Different voices.
My name is Jason Bigley. I go to Old Mill School.
So some people are very different. Some people are only different in a few ways. But all people are different enough to be one of a kind. Sometimes it helps to be very tall or very small. For some jobs, it helps to have no fear of heights or a good ear for music. Much of what makes us different comes from our parents. They give us our names and your shade of skin color, your eyes, your hair, and the many other things that make you look the way you do came from your parents. But you are also you, an original. You are the only person who can decide what to do in your life. You can study dinosaurs, or climb a mountain, dance, or drive a taxi. You could take care of animals, sing, or fly to the moon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Did you know that long ago and once upon a time?
Have you ever thought about how the first railroad that went across this country was built? It took a lot of men to build, and it never would have been finished if it weren't for the Chinese railroad workers. The Central Pacific Railroad was to start from California and join up with the Union Pacific tracks at Utah. But the mountains were too high and the work was too dangerous. The Central Pacific Railroad couldn't find enough men to work for the very little money they were willing to pay. The need for men to work on the railroad drew thousands of Chinese men from China. Hunger left them no choice but to try the Gold Mountain of America, a place they thought was rich.
I left my home and my parents at the age of 21. In a family of 8 children, I was the youngest son. Little choice was left to me but to go to a foreign land. Oh, mourn the passing of this wandering Chinaman. We sailed for America in 1864. They packed us in the wooden ships till they could fit no more. We sailed the stormy seas from March until May. There was Chinamen below the deck without the light of day.
I will not be responsible for work done by Chinese laborers. I don't think they can build a railroad.
We came to build a railroad where others feared to go. Through deserts without water, rocky mountains covered in snow. Some died from the heat and cold. We lost men every day. The company crooks with their phony books, they stole away our pay.
From sunup to sundown, they laid thousands of miles of track.
So when I'm gone, don't bury me, just send my bones back home. A pick and a shovel to my friends, no longer will I roam. Children, we built a western railroad, some say we were the best. But when we were done, son of a gun, they forgot us with all the rest.
My name is Julia Scissors.
And my name is Rubberhead.
I can cut a piece of paper.
I can draw on it with lead.
I'm happy when I'm snappy.
I'm fine for any line.
If you learn the way to use it,
You can have a real good time, rub-a-dub-dub.
Sailing, sailing over the bounding main. Don't pull the plug or else you'll let the water down the drain.
Why the sailor's cap, Ruler?
Haven't you heard, mates? We're taking a sea cruise.
A sea cruise?
Courtesy of Mr. Emeritus.
I love sea cruises. The foaming brine, the towering waves, the roar of the deep. There's only one problem.
What's that?
I get, seasick.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Let's check.
What's this?
It's a Portuguese fishing boat.
Man overboard!
Who put that ocean there?
The Portuguese are fine fishermen. So Portuguese in this country headed toward coastal areas to make their living from the sea. Let's make a Portuguese fishing boat. In Portuguese, that's Vamos construir barco de pesca português.
Right. Vamos construir barco de pesca português. Huh?
To make the kind of boat used by the Portuguese, we start with two patterns that look like these. Rubberhead, some paper.
Be back in a jiff.
Too soft. We need paper. Paper that's stiff. Where is ruler?
Just a few inches away.
We need two rectangles. Squares that are long. One a bit longer. You can't go wrong.
They go right here. Can't you use me on the job? I don't feel in it.
Patience, Julia. In a minute. Make the second the larger one. Almost done. Add the lines. Here's the last one.
Okay, Julia, let her rip.
I'm a regular cut-up, 'cause I love to snip.
Crayon the patterns.
Hey, watch out.
Oh! It makes them colorful and waterproof. Neatly crease along each dotted line. Paste the tabs to the boat.
Hey, this job is mine.
Now glue the smaller part to the inside of the boat.
And we've got a model good enough to float.
All aboard our Portuguese fishing boat. Hoist sail, mate. Anchors away.
Aye, aye, sir.
Whee! Whee! There's nothing like the sea.
With its spray and foam.
But as for me, there's no place like, well, home.
What do you wanna be when you grow up? What do you wanna be?
completed?
I come to pick up the tickets for Africa.
Oh, yes. The tickets for your parents and you to Africa. We have them ready. You're going to 5 countries in Africa, and your first stop is Monrovia, Liberia. I know you're going to enjoy it.
How did you get started?
How did I get started in the travel business? Oh, it's rather a long story, but really, I traveled abroad myself one time. I went to Europe and was really so fascinated about the way the trip was organized. We had to have airline tickets, hotels, everything was well planned. And I said, I thought more of our people, more black people would travel if they knew how easy it was to travel. So I came back, talked it over with my husband, and we opened an agency. So now we write tickets like this for people who are going to travel all over the world. We make their hotel reservations. We rent cars for them. We arrange steamship cruises when people like to travel by ship. Bus, any kind of travel, we arrange it and help make travel easier for people who want to go on business or on pleasure, for pleasure.
Mrs. Henderson, do you like your job?
Yes, this job is very exciting. One gets a chance to learn a lot about geography. You study geography in school, I'm sure. We learn about people and places, and a lot of the fun is just in helping other people to do what they want to do. Because you see, in travel, we are selling dreams. People dream about where they want to go, what they want to see, and what they do, and we help them to do it. If you're interested in becoming a travel agent, one thing you should do is study your geography lessons and learn all you can about all parts of the world. Then also, it's good to learn a foreign language. That will help you to talk with the people abroad much better and to understand their types of money as well as their language. Anytime you can understand people, then you can be a greater success in dealing with them. One nice thing about travel is that there are men and women both in the travel business. It's an exciting world and opens wide areas that you'd never heard of, never thought about.
Martin. Nigel's a snake. I think we're handling him too much. Like we're always expecting him to put on a show.
Hey, you guys, I gotta go anyway.
It's just that he needs a rest.
Hey, wait a minute, Martin. Why don't you make a little bed out of cotton balls for your little snakey wakey?
Oh, come on. Scott always said...
Scott's really becoming an important guy to you, isn't he? He's, you know, everything he says goes.
You're just jealous because you don't have a cool friend like Scott.
Oh, he's okay for a black man.
Oh, get out of here, Wolf.
Come on, come on. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? I'll take
I'll
it.
fight.
Hey, doesn't he have one of those zoo shows at the library this afternoon? Why aren't you there now?
Well, it doesn't start till 3:30, and I have an awful lot of homework. So if you don't get out of here, I'm gonna kick you out.
Oh, look, I'm scared.
Get out of here. Go get.
Guess that means me too, huh?
Yeah, it does. But meet me over at the zoo show, okay?
All right, I'll be there.
Okay, I'll see you later, TJ.
Yeah.
Yuck, he threw up.
Oh. Martin, what did you do? Oh, what happened now?
Oh, nothing. I'm just cleaning out his cage.
Well, honey, I thought you just cleaned it out yesterday.
Oh, well, actually, he got a little sick.
Oh, no. Well, if he's sick, I guess we better try to find out what's the matter with him. Maybe you could call Scott.
But Scott's not home right now. He's over at the library doing a zoo show. Hey, but maybe I could bring Nigel over.
That sounds like a good idea.
Right, it's called web feet. He uses the feet as paddles, similar to a rowboat or a canoe, and he pushes himself through the water. The land turtle doesn't have web feet. He just has fairly long nails to help him grip the land and to dig for food.
Excuse me.
Hey, kid, there ain't no bowling in the library. Yeah, why'd you bring your bowling ball for?
It isn't a bowling ball.
Yeah, what is it then?
It's a snake.
A 30-foot rattler? Oh, I'm scared.
Snakes!
Full on
right in the face.
Hey, Red! Rick! Right here, Joe, come on! Rick! Eric! Eric! Here, Diamond!
It was in 19...
Nigel, Nigel, how do you feel? Do your dizzy travels crack your nerves of steel? Nigel, Nigel, get around. Play cool and head for a place where you won't be found. Nigel's in the library taking his looks at the letters and the pictures and the words and the books, but he doesn't feel great and he doesn't feel nice unless in a corner he stumbles on some ice.
Young man, there is no running in this library. What are you looking for?
A kid. He has something of mine.
Well, we're not going to have a chase going on in here. What was it that he took?
My bowling bag. It's very important. I have to have it right away.
All right. I'll find him. Don't worry. He won't get away from me. Where were you headed?
The zoo show.
Oh, well, that's in the children's library. Now, you go there quietly, and I'll find the bag and bring it to you, okay?
Well, okay. But it's very important. I have to have it right away. It has...
Don't worry. I'll bring it for you. All right?
Okay, my next animal is a lizard. Okay, look, if you feel a little quiet, I'll kind of calm him down. Okay, this is a green iguana. It's found in South America. It's called an arboreal lizard.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, Mark. How are you? There's nothing to be afraid of. He's not going to hurt you. Feels kind of like sandpaper.
It doesn't feel real.
You like that, Mark? How you like that? This is called a tegu. It's black. Does it come out during the day or at night? Right, it's night. The reason for this is because of its coloration. Now, have you ever been in the woods at night with trees, with the moon shining through the trees, and you get little spots of darkness and little spots of light? Well, this animal blends right in with it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. This is a red-tailed boa constrictor, and it's a non-poisonous snake. If it bites you, it won't poison you, but it can hurt. Boa constrictors are usually nice animals. They don't hurt people, they don't eat people, and there's really no need to be afraid of them. In fact, there's a fella out here now that has one, and he's not afraid of them at all. It's Martin. Come on up, Martin. Show you how people can get used to snakes. Martin's a nice guy, and look at him, he's not afraid of them at all. So there's no need to be afraid of snakes at all. As long as you know how to handle them and take good care of them, they're going to be nice to you. Snakes have no ears. They can't hear a thing. The way they do hear is by sound vibrations. They pick up the vibrations through their skin, and this is the way they feel. They're not wet and slimy, they're very dry, and they feel cool because they're cold-blooded animals. They also like to wrap around things. They feel very secure and happy when they're wrapped around things. The reason he's going up my sweater is because snakes don't really like bright lights, and they try to find dark corners to hide.
Well, yes, she gave you until the 30th, right? Hey, Scott, that was a great show.
You didn't come here just to see me in action, did you?
I would have come anyway, but I brought Nigel along. I've been worried about him. He threw up a little while ago.
What did I tell you about handling Nigel too much, especially after he's eaten? Are there any other symptoms?
No, I haven't noticed
What's
any.
happening, TJ?
Not much. He's gone!
It's gone.
The kid who stole the bag. Nigel must still be in the library.
They say there's a snake. You'd better grab something to hit it with.
If he had been found, we would have heard it by now. Let's just go and find it. Come on.
Mommy,
Yes, dear.
look at the big worm.
Yes, dear.
Worm, come on, let's go. Hello?
Oh, thank you.
Nigel, Nigel, what's the score? Were you back behind the bookshelf on the floor? Nigel, Nigel, what'd you find? See a lot, did you learn to stretch your mind?
You know why I love this library? Because nothing ever happens here.
Greetings, friends. I'm glad to see you. Today I have a treat from Korea. It's Bulgo Kai, fired beef to you. Now, Woody's going to tell you what to do. Take 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and a dash of pepper. Then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and 2 teaspoons of sugar. How grand! 1 green onion, thinly sliced. 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds. Isn't that nice? Have you got that? Good. Now take a bowl and mix them up, nice and slow. Take 1/2 pound of beef sirloin, slice real thin and cut across the grain. Put the meat in the mixture and let it stand there for 15 minutes. Now, you know that sauce that you just made is a really delicious marinade. When you remove the beef, let someone who is older broil it until it's done. When the edges are crisp on one side, turn it over and cook it, but don't let it burn. Korean Americans all over the States love Bulgo Kai. They think it's great. They say mat the nun, which means yum yum. You'll say it too when the beef is done. Isn't it great that in the USA we can eat so many different kinds of foods each day? Korean Bulgo Kai.
The same, Luther. My skin is pink. Yours is brown.
My hair is curly.
Mine is straight.
My nose is round.
Mine is pointed.
It's funny how we're so different And still so much to say.